Hi, my name is Richard. I chose these chapters for my presentation because of the resonance with my own personal experiences with travel and engaging in multicultural events in various countries. Globalization changes the contemporary meaning of home, identity, and culture. In today's world, belonging is molded by the interconnectedness of culture. Identity becomes increasingly fluid and shaped by movement of global society. Airports connect individuals to a global society, situating them between rootedness and constant change. Airports are liminal spaces, highlighting the duality of identity and belonging. Travelers arrive as different people than who they were when they left. Home is everywhere and nowhere. The global soul inhabits a liminal space. Exposure to an array of cultures leads to the development of layered identity. Generic spaces both homogenize culture and expose the global soul to a wide range of shared cultural signals. This erases aspects of the original identity while creating a new patchwork integration as a layered identity. Generic spaces flatten culture to the exposure of surface-level representation, but can paradoxically inspire creative growth. Cosmopolitan interactions contribute to Iyer's creativity, exploring globalization through shared experiences within the global city. Moving through these spaces is both situational and transformative. Just as the sense of self transforms, so does the concept of home. This flexible sense of belonging is shaped by emotion and experience rather than a fixed location. Rootedness dissolves, but the need for connection remains. Attachment and adaptability, rather than a stable location, define home. For the global soul, home is wherever the individual is. Airports are paradoxically the furthest and closest a global soul feels to home. An airport exists within the liminal space of stagnation and growth. Airports remove global souls from a fixed attachment to culture through exposure to a global sense of community. This increases the available context within which a global soul lives, which fosters wider connection to global society, but comes at the cost of surface level experience and ambiguity. As individuals pass through these generic spaces, they encounter familiar but shallow cultural cues that mimic home but do not retain its depth, having the effect of erasing uniqueness while adding layers to identity through the process of erasure. The complexities of belonging are apparent in multiculturalism. Living in diverse cultures allows for celebration and inclusion through sharing cultural traditions. However, efforts to self-police and segregate maintain apparent harmony, showing that acceptance is limited. Belonging arises from the interaction between histories and aspirations, presenting identity and culture as both rooted and dynamic. Iyer uses pathos, inviting the audience to empathize with individuals navigating the tensions of a globalized society. To stabilize these tensions, multicultural communities participate in cultural events. Participation is inclusive and performative, mirroring the duality of identity. Iyer describes Caravana in Toronto, which evolved from a celebration of a past governor, demonstrating globalization's dynamism. Caravana fosters inclusion while obscuring authentic cultural expression with spectacle. Participants are also observers, highlighting the complexity of multicultural experience. Cultural experience is shaped by perspective, engagement, and circumstance. Fluid identity allows adaptation, while fixed identity provides grounding. Globalization requires ongoing negotiation between the two. Observers and participants navigate cohesion, visibility, and assimilation. Cultural groups compromise through acculturation while preserving pockets of identity. Balancing unity and diversity shapes the experience and representation of identity. Iyer establishes himself as a global soul through personal history and experiences within multiculturalism that shape his identity. Through sharing his lived experience, he invites the audience to consider fluid identity in a world shaped by globalism. Ethnic and cultural backgrounds are explored and understood through the lens of multicultural assimilation. Iyer makes note that many Canadian authors write about their own heritage filtered through a Canadian perspective. Globalization requires reconsidering the definition of belonging. Iyer argues that identity, home, and belonging are flexible within the global city. Negotiating these tensions redefines what it means to belong. Fluidity, rather than a fixed sense of culture and self, becomes the norm. Exposure to a wide range of cultural cues shapes identity. Through individual and cultural encounters, Iyer invites the audience to consider the nature of home and identity within globalization. Thank you.